Yo, what is up everybody? Jumpin' here. Today I am back on some Monster Hunter Wilds, and I wanted to show off my heavy bowgun build and talk about the heavy bowgun. But we are about to get a new patch, and I am a little bit interested on if this build will change at all just because of the corrupted mantle. So let me go ahead and start with that. I'm about to put it on, and it is a game changer for the light bowgun and the heavy bowgun. But in particular, the heavy bowgun is just completely busted with it because you can completely spam your machine gun. And the machine gun is amazing. Now this mantle, if it does get nerfed, it's not because of the bowguns, it's because of every weapon. The mantle is being used on every build, on every weapon, and they've already talked about it, that it's overtuned. So I expect them to definitely maybe nerf the duration of it, which kind of is a bummer for the heavy bowgun, but it's not that big of a deal. The main thing is I hope they do not touch how it changes your recharge rate of your special ammo. Because if you're using the light bowgun, once you put this on, you can start really spamming your rapid mod, and with the heavy bowgun, you can spam the machine gun. Now what I like about heavy bowgun is that it's actually just really chill. If you're kind of casual and you just like playing in multiplayer, joining SOSs, and personally I don't really care what I hunt, I just look for what looks fun, and I pick that to go ahead and hunt those monsters. But I do like the heavy bowgun just because I can sit back and snipe the monster. I don't really have to do all that much, but I can absolutely still wreck the monster. The heavy bowgun can be insane. Now it's much more difficult, in my opinion, to use the heavy bowgun in a solo hunt. If I was solo hunting, I would probably prefer the light bowgun just because of the mobility of it. In multiplayer, the heavy bowgun is a blast. This gun might be really ugly. It is a pink machine gun, but man is it really good. I'm using the Wild Stinger, which is a normal monster weapon. You can actually get this really early on in high rank or low rank, and man, it's just really good. It's a pierce ammo gun, but it definitely competes with the artisan weapons. You can make really good artisan bowguns, there's no doubt about it, but then you have to grind for all the artisan materials, and I'm just really not all that interested in that. I just rather make a weapon and use it. And this one is incredible. Alrighty guys, well now I'm going to go over the build and tell you everything you're going to want to know. Now I've already talked about the gun, but I do want to point out that the skills that this gun comes with and the fact that it has 2 level 3 deco slots is amazing. Special ammo boost is huge, you want that for your machine gun damage, and opening shot is one of the best skills you can have on a bowgun. Now for the sets, I'm actually using 2 armor set bonuses. I have the Anjanath set and I also have the Gore set. The Gore set is pretty simple. I want this because I want the Frenzy, and I have anti-venom on this build, that way I get more crit chance. And the Anjanath set, it gives me maximum might and agitator, and then I finish off the agitator with the chest piece. But the set bonus is really good for maximum might, because whenever you actually lose a little bit of your stamina, the bonus stamina from the set bonus, it doesn't take away the maximum might. A lot of times you can lose your maximum might and then you have to wait a couple seconds, but with the set bonus that doesn't normally ever happen. The charm I'm using is the counter charm. I really like counter strike. It's one of my favorite skills. I get hit all the time and it goes into effect. It has a really long duration to it, so it's amazing. And then of course the corrupted mantle. The main thing about this is the duration. It has a 120-second duration, which is longer than all the other mantles. So I definitely see them nerfing that duration, and I can kind of imagine them nerfing the damage bonus you get or the affinity bonus you get. It would be a bummer regardless. I don't really want them to nerf it, but the main thing is I just hope it will not affect the recharge rate that you get for your special ammo. It's insane, that recharge rate that you get. Now for the decos, for the weapon, I have the critical jewel in here. That will benefit the pierce ammo and it benefits the machine gun. I go ahead and just throw in my opener / precise jewel here. And then I use a precise jewel as well because I really like ballistics. Ballistics will increase your range And for Pierce, it definitely helps a lot. And on the heavy bowgun, you really kind of feel like a sniper. You can sit back pretty far away and just shoot the monster. I have mighty jewels in here because I want that maximum might. And then I just go ahead and go full earplugs. You don't really need level 3 earplugs. Level 2 is fine. Whenever I'm doing DPS with the machine gun, I don't want to be interrupted by a roar, because if you can hold down the button and just keep shooting, you're going to do a lot more damage. I have the Challenger Jewel here to finish off Agitator, and then I have Chain in here for that burst. Only one level burst, but it's fine. It gives me a little bit of damage. And then you do want that Anti-Venom. With Anti-Venom, you get 25% crit chance. With Maximum Might, you get 30%. And with Agitator, you get 15%. So I have a lot of crit chance, and I hit crits non-stop. That's something you really want on Pierce, because as you pierce the monster, you're not going to always hit weak points, and you just want to always crit. And then the machine gun will shred the monster if you are getting non-stop crits. Alrighty guys, that's going to pretty much do it for the build. I really do hope that you have enjoyed this and that it has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos. And I also have some extra gameplay at the end of an Arkveld hunt. And man, that monster gets completely destroyed by the heavy bowgun. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.
photograph anything a monster leaves behind.